Merhaba arkadaşlar. As you guys know, we are almost done with our week 14. We are still in unit 5, and as I just mentioned during our class, unit 5 is the most important unit of Turkish 1, and it is very important for you guys to join my Zoom sessions every single day. But if you still miss any of my classes, you are more than welcome to just go to your Google Classroom and watch the screencast video that I put every week for that particular week. Okay, last week we were in week 13 and we had a review video here. Or like, unit 4, week 11, before Thanksgiving break, we had another review video, and it's so and so forth. It's the same thing for every single week. Okay, so for this week, we are in week 14, and so far we already talked about how to talk present tense in Turkish. In English we say I am walking, I am talking, I am teaching. You see, like I finished my sentences with ing. In Turkish we add another suffix which is yor, y-o-r, and we've been talking about that for 3 weeks. Okay, it's for 2 weeks, I'm sorry. It's our second week, and we are going to have one more week next week, and that's gonna be the last week of this unit. Hopefully I will be done by next week, by next week Friday. Okay, so let's see what we have learned for this week. um from the beginning of this year, I've been telling you guys that it is very important for you to open up our unit general document when you are working on any particular assignment. So two documents are going to be opened side by side, and I'm going to open up my unit 5 general. You see, like it's the same thing for every week. So, or like, unit 4, for example, unit 4 general. So we have this document that we refer to when we are working on any particular assignment. So I'm going to open up my unit 5 general, and it's going to be here. Okay, and I will just like talk about what we have learned for the entire week. In Unit 5, in this week, guys, we first started talking about what we have learned. So we reviewed what we have learned. As you know, the main question of this unit is sen ne yapıyorsun? Sen ne yapıyorsun? It means what are you doing, right? And an example answer for this is ben kitap okuyorum. I am reading a book. And I've been talking about this for a long time, that in Turkish, in present tense sentences, we always put our action at the end of our sentences. In English we say I am reading a book. You see, I put the word reading in the middle of my sentence. I said I am, then I said reading and book. You see, my object comes at the end in English. But in Turkish, we always put our action at the very end of our sentences. Instead of saying I am reading a book, we basically say I am book reading. Okay? So ben kitap okuyorum, it means I am reading a book. But as you see, okuyorum, it means reading. And the word kitap, you all know what it means. It is book. So I am reading a book. Okay? Like I said, in English we say ing. In Turkish we say your. Okay? So what we have learned in this week, we've been talking about this for a long time. So the new verbs, the new action verbs. Okumak is to read, okuyor is reading. Yapmak is to do, yapıyor is doing. Ödev yapmak is to do homework, ödev yapıyor is doing homework. Yazmak is to write, yazıyor is writing. Konuşmak is to talk, konuşuyor is talking. Çalışmak is to study, çalışıyor is studying. Ders çalışmak is to study lesson, ders çalışıyor studying lesson. Düşünmek is to think, düşünüyor is thinking. Sormak is to ask, soruyor is asking. Soru sormak is to ask a question, soru soruyor asking a question. Çizmek is to draw, çiziyor is drawing. Vermek is to give, veriyor is giving. Cevap vermek is to give answer, cevap veriyor is giving answer. Dinlemek is to listen. Dinliyor is listening. Bakmak is to look. Bakıyor is looking. Öğretmek is to teach. Öğretiyor is teaching. Öğrenmek is to learn. Öğreniyor is learning. Oturmak is to sit and oturuyor is sitting. In Turkish, like I said, our sentence structure is very simple. You always start with subject, then you need to put your object in your sentence, then you need to put your action at the end of your sentence. But like I said, in English we say the action, for example, read. You know, that's our action, that's our verb, read. Then we say reading, right? In Turkish, instead of saying ing, we add your, like I mentioned at the beginning. Reading. So it's the same thing. You see, in English we say reading. In Turkish we say, instead of read we say oku. And then instead of ing we say your. Okuyor. And then, like I said before, we always need to put our suffix at the end of our sentence according to subject that we are using in our sentence. And we've talked about that in Unit 2. Right? So for example, drawing a picture became resim çiziyor. You see how my action is at the end? Çiziyor. You see, whenever you see a your, that means like it's ing, right? It's like doing something. You see, your. So that means like doing something. So that means the doing something. You see, I say like doing. That means it's an action, right? So you need to put your action at the end of your sentences. And then you need to put your object in the center. Like resim is an object. Or music is an object, or ödev is an object, or like Türkçe is an object, right? So drawing a picture, resim çiziyor, and in order to say I am drawing a picture, you need to say ben resim çiziyorum. Or listening to music becomes ben müzik dinliyorum. Doing homework is ben ödev yapıyorum, and learning Turkish became ben Türkçe öğreniyorum. Okay? So then we talked about these particular pictures. I asked you guys questions about what they are doing, and then you answered these questions. You see, like soru, ask like question. So o ne yapıyor? What is he doing? And you said o kitap okuyor. He is reading a book. O ne yapıyor? What is she doing? O müzik dinliyor. She is listening to music. O ne yapıyor? What is he or she doing? O Türkçe öğreniyor. He is or she is learning Turkish. O ne yapıyor? What is he doing? O Türkçe konuşuyor. He is speaking Turkish. O ne yapıyor? What is he doing? O resim çiziyor. He is drawing a picture. O ne yapıyor? What is she doing? And o öğretiyor is she is teaching. Then we talked about, we kind of like went over what we have learned in Unit 2. You remember? In Unit 2, our main question was, how are you? Sen nasılsın? Okay, and we had two ways to ask this question, either sen nasılsın or siz nasılsınız. Both means how are you. But one of them is friendly, the other one is respectful. When you are talking with your friends, you say sen nasılsın. When you are talking with with an older person, with an adult, with a teacher, with someone else like who is older than you need to say siz nasılsınız. And then we talked about this, you know, like I'm not going to spend too much time on this because we've learned this in Unit 2. So in order to answer this question, it's simple. Ben iyiyim, I'm good. Teşekkür ederim, thank you. And then sen nasılsın, how are you? But you see, the question changes for respect because you are asking that person, you're asking back to that person in respectful manner again. You see, he asked you siz nasılsınız, and you ask him back again siz nasılsınız. Okay? Why did I just like, you know, went back to Unit 2? Because in Unit 2 we learned the suffixes. You know, in Turkish, when you start your sentences with any kind of subject, each subject has their own suffixes. For example, you remember ben was I. Whenever you start your sentence by saying I, at the end of your sentence, you need to add the suffix for ben. So, for example, in order to say I am good, you need to say ben, which is I am, ben, good. The word good was iyi, we talked about that, iyi. Then, you see, you need to end with yim, ben iyiyim. So, the same thing with sen, iyisin, right? O iyi, biz iyiyiz, siz iyisiniz, and onlar iyiler. So, for example, hasta is here and we didn't use it in the class. So, I'm going to use it. Ben hastayım, sen hastasın, o hasta, biz hastayız, siz hastasınız, and onlar hastalar. So, Why did I do that? Because we guys learn how to conjugate these words. Okay, so for example, in Turkish we say present tense. In present tense, we have to have the subject first, the object, and the action at the end of your sentence, right? So, for example, in order to say I am reading, you see, read is oku. So you need to say ben okuyor, sen okuyorsun. O okuyor, biz okuyoruz, siz okuyorsunuz, and onlar okuyorlar. Right? Okay, so now, after this, we learned how to conjugate the words. Now we learned something else. In this unit, we learned how to put places in our sentences. So we added another question in it. Sen müzik dinliyorsun. That means you are listening to music. But if I want to say, where are you listening to music at? Then you're going to say nerede, nere. The word nere means where at. You see, where at. And then cevap, ben evde müzik dinliyorum. The word ev was home, right? Ben evde müzik dinliyorum. I'm listening to music at home. So, sen nerede kitap okuyorsun? Where are you listening to music at? Where are you reading the book at? And then ben okulda kitap okuyorum. So we understood that nere means where, and then nerede is where at. So we add the da and de suffixes. We learned that last unit. So sınıf da becomes at in the class. Resimde in the picture. Evde at home. Okulda at school. Gölde at the lake, and odada in the room. Okay? So then we talked about this. Then we did some assignments. So for example, I'm going to show you our Thursday quiz practice questions. On Thursday, we learned, you see, basically I gave you the same formula again. The formula was very simple. You always need to start with subject, then the place, then object, then the action at the end of your sentence. So you need to say, sen nerede müzik dinliyorsun, for example. Where are you listening to music at? Ben evde müzik dinliyorum. Reading a book at home. That means evde kitap okuyor, right? So you need to say, ben evde kitap okuyorum. Sen evde kitap okuyorsun. O evde kitap okuyor. Biz evde kitap okuyoruz. Siz evde kitap okuyorsunuz. And onlar evde kitap okuyorlar. Okay. Alright, this is it, guys. So I am going to see you guys next week.